we are back, episode 83 of Journey to a Million here on this Wednesday. As always, there goes Zach's camera. There, he's muted. He's gone. That was fast. Anyways, Bernie Vandenheuvel comes to save the day. Bernie, you are Jared today, as Jared is cheering on the New York Mets after a 7-1 loss yesterday. He's not doing a good job cheering. I'm hoping today he changes it. Wade Miley's pitching though, so yeah, no guarantees. But Bernie, how you doing?
I'm doing great today, living the life.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, good stuff, Bernie. Yeah, you sound fine, Zach. Zach, how are you doing? I don't know, same old. We hit the range last week.
Every day. Ready for the 4-day weekend.
Yeah. So Bernie, we went to the range last week. We went to Autumn Ridge. So whatever. We're Zach and I are at the range, right? We're trying to get some work in. Zach's got 18 or 18 right after. So okay, we got large. We got 70 balls each. So we're hitting. There's two guys who are also hitting on the range. Okay, fine. We proceeded out of nowhere. Okay, just like that, and then I'm taking practice swings, mind you, and I got these guys heckling me. They're heckling me while I'm taking practice swings on the range. Strike one, strike two, and then the one time I actually I took a swing, like it was a few swings. I'm hitting the ball, and I actually missed the ball on one of my actual swings, and they were watching. Strike three, batter's out. Full on, like they were serious. And then I went back, okay, I'm gonna take another practice swing because I switched from a driver to a club, right? And I did that, and then these guys, they were like, "Hey, he struck him out again."
I think they had a few brewskis before they went to the range.
And I'm like, guys, I'm taking practice swings. Can we like chill out a little bit? And then there are other two people they were with caught them, and they're like, "Hey, you guys should probably be quiet. Those two are hitting at the range here." And yeah, so
it's a gentleman's sport.
Have you had an experience like that before on the range?
I can't say I've had it outside of like when my teammates like scramble would heckle me. I can't say that I've experienced that.
Well, yeah, it was pretty unfortunate. It didn't help that Zach and I didn't know where to get the balls, and they already had a field day with that. Like Zach just put us right on the wrong foot with them, and then
we drove all the way up to the range, like looking for the machine that dispensed the practice range balls, and it turns out it's way back at the clubhouse. So we had to turn around and drive back to the clubhouse.
So, yeah, the range, Autumn Range is driving range, very nice. Like in terms of driving range, I would recommend. Maybe just go at a different time, I guess, because I don't know. But I need to try the putting green. That's the next step. But it was successful. I was getting the pitching wedge. I was getting it up in the air for the first time ever. So baby steps.
You mean the putting range? You mean?
Yeah, the putting the putting range. We got to do putter only. 7 Lakes.
Off the tee. Of that guy hitting you seen that video of that guy hitting that golf ball off the tee with a putter and it goes like 250?
No. Yeah, I need to see this now. I want to see this. But okay. I'm down to see that. I guess we should probably talk football though. Well, because Bernie, are you looking forward to some fantasy football here? Especially our Dynasty League we got.
I am. I'm feeling. Well, the Dynasty League, I'm still suffering from drafting Baker Mayfield over Justin Jefferson, but if it's a redraft league, I'm looking forward to that. So,
wait, Mayfield over? Yeah. For those who don't know, Bernie probably has. Sorry, Bernie, but you have really tough Superflex Dynasty initial draft that kind of has affected your team's legacy for a couple of years, to say the least. What were the other notable ones?
Well, Tom Brady, Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams. Who else did I even have? I don't even know. I dropped a lot of players. I have a bum squad. I'm a feeder team right now, unfortunately.
dude, Mayfield in the second round though. Like I kicked myself on a lot of my picks. They not to like poke fun, Bernie, but you look at your draft made me feel a little better.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for. It's comedic relief.
It was like, and I got Julio the 1 year, like just like the first year he was not productive. So, I don't know. It's just fun going back and start draft looking. Well, Bernie, it's good that we have redraft. Redraft can save you on this, right? You don't have to worry about the dynasty league. Focus on.
I put that in the past, just like my baseball team.
Don't worry, Bernie. Jared's been hyping up his baseball team every week on this show, and his team is under 500. That's a thing that he never talked about, Zach.
It's better than my team
Bernie,
with one win.
Bernie, you want to hear your top 6 draft picks?
I don't think I do, but let's hear it.
Well, Davante Adams, not bad. That was fine at the time. Then you got Baker, Aaron Jones, Keenan Allen, Noah Fant, and Javonte Williams.
Wait,
Javonte Williams is good, even though I got swindled.
He got Noah Fant in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 picks after TJ Hawkinson. Before guys like Brandon Ayuk, Amari Cooper.
You know what, Bernie? You got the rookie draft
happens,
now. Who'd you get in the rookie draft, Bernie?
I'm just this year I got Bryce Young, and then I got Rashee Rice, and then I got Reed from the Packers.
You feeling good about that?
So it's okay.
Feeling Jaden Reed?
Nope. The rest of my team has a bunch of people who are going to average about 10 points across the board. And that's not good enough to win.
Well, Jaden Reed hasn't signed yet, has he? I don't think he has signed yet because Van Ness signed just yesterday.
So, Bernie, you want to trade me Pollard?
No, because he's the only player that's going to do anything for me. So, I don't think so.
Bernie, what if you're out of it? What if week 7?
I'll sell my whole team.
Okay, so come back week 7. And you mentioned Aaron Jones win for yours. We just saw what Aaron Jones went for in that league. Saquon Barkley in a second. So, playing in some leagues with some Packer bias ends up, you got to trade. I guess you just got to trade the Packers at this point. Well, because
I don't care how much bias you have. That's just stupid.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
It was Saquon and a second to get Aaron Jones. Saquon's better right now, and he's 2 years younger.
Well, he's going to pull a Le'Veon Bell, and he's going to hold out from his contract, and then he's going to retire.
He's the ultimate holdout. He goes to the XFL or USFL. Which I saw the USFL was out last week, too. But, I didn't even know it was in I don't know. Am I missing out?
For a while.
Yeah.
I've been watching some games. It's just it's not the same. Just the quality of football is so bad.
I had a feeling. Yeah. Aaron Jones going. Time to trade Jones, I guess. And then, Bernie, we had another trade that went on in a different league. I wanted to hear your thoughts on. So it was Romeo Doubs and the 202 this year. So really, the 14th pick in this year's draft for Mike Evans.
I mean, I feel like it depends on how highly you value Romeo Doubs, I guess, because Mike Evans has put up 1,000-yard seasons forever, right? However, he has Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield. But who knows what Doubs is going to do.
And he's 30.
Yeah. I like the Doubs 202 side. Zach and I are both on that one. Pretty heavily. But yeah, at the same time,
I have to agree.
Yeah, because do we think Godwin? If there's a guy who's got to get 1,000 receiving yards on that Buccaneers squad, it's got to be Godwin, right? It's got to go Godwin then Evans. I'd feel.
Yeah,
that's how they're being drafted as well.
I think there's a chance that I think there's a chance that none of them hit 1,000.
I think Godwin will be all right. I mean, I'm assuming Baker's going to be the starter, and he's done all right for slot receivers in the past. You look at Jarvis. I think Jarvis hit 1,000 yards with Baker, and it's just slot receivers are a lot more like QB friendly or QB safe, whatever you want to call it. So it's also like Mike Evans. If you look at last year, outside of that one huge game against Carolina, he didn't have a good season overall. So that one game, I think he had 250 yards or something like that. So I'm not drafting Mike Evans, not trading for him.
What about
nowhere
at this ADP, Zach?
Avoid.
So love it, mind it, or hate it, whatever, however you want to word it. Mike Evans, wide receiver 34 right now.
Nope.
I can give you some guys at that spot too. Marquise Brown, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, and then Treylon Burks.
I'll take all those guys.
Take all of them. Okay. And then we have Godwin at wide receiver 28. You'll find him with guys such as Drake London, Christian Kirk, Mike Williams, Chris Godwin in that range.
Yeah, I think him and Kirk are probably close for me. I might take... Yeah, I'd say them two guys are close. I think obviously Kirk has the way better quarterback situation, but just the competition with Calvin Ridley kind of lowers him a bit. But
there are two guys I'm really struggling ranking, like trying to formulate how I feel about them. It's Deontay Johnson and Mike Williams. I think they're both good receivers from a talent perspective. Can Williams stay healthy? Can Johnson get get red zone targets and touchdowns with that? So like both those guys are like, I don't know what the upside is for them. That's why I'm worried. I actually have both those on a team too. It's like I don't know how to rank them, and they're in this spot where, I don't know what the upside is.
I'm not a big fan of either of those. I don't think the Steelers' offense is going to be that good. I was surprised they kept Matt Canada as their offensive coordinator, and we saw it last year with Kenny Pickett. Just they get down to the red zone, and there's Najee and Kenny Pickett running the ball, right? So he'll be fine. Like he's still going to get his targets a game. He's still going to get open, but I don't think the touchdowns are going to be there. And in terms of Mike Williams, I've never been a big fan just because the inconsistency. He'll have a 30, 35-point game, and then the next game you'll have 1 point. Right?
You don't want to start him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bernie, you have a stance on any of those guys?
I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough in a lot of those like secondary receivers or in some of those offenses to make a judgment call.
No.
But I think it's always hard, like for the Steelers in general. When you have a quarterback who kind of got roughed up his first season, I think it's still a confidence issue. It's a good thing and a bad thing where they kind of just chuck it up, and sometimes it's going to work out for some of those high value target receivers, but a lot of times it's going to get picked off, and then they stop throwing the ball and they start running the ball a lot more. So it's hard to tell with young quarterbacks.
I just don't think Kenny Pickett's good too. Like, isn't there a good shot they just move off and draft someone in 24 with Pickett? Like, isn't that realistic? I don't know.
If he's really bad again, but I think they're one of those organizations that they're going to give the guy a realistic opportunity.
Sure, I guess I can live with that. What do you guys think about Dalvin Cook too? Is the other thing. We're like Dolphins. It sounds like he has an offer with amongst other teams. So it's like he's going as RB23 right now. Also, this is the crazy thing right now. He's still a 23rd running back off the board, is what I'm seeing. Just banking out where he goes. Where do you guys think he ends up? Do you guys think it's Miami? I'm honestly on that at this point. I think it's Miami.
Yeah, I could see it being. I think it's probably going to be Miami. But either way, at running back 24, his receiving upside, I don't think that's really there, especially in Miami. They got was it Achane or however you say his name, and then I think Mike McDaniel still has his ties to Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert back to San Fran. So whether or not both of those guys remain on the team if they do sign Dalvin Cook, that's that's something that you can look into. But I think whichever one of those guys, if not both, are still on the team, are still going to get carries every game. So I don't think. I guess there's not really a situation right now for a running back, whether that's Zeke, Lenny, or Dalvin Cook, whoever you want to look at, where they're going to go somewhere and they're going to be the lead back, right? So,
How much do you think he's going to demand for a contract?
like $2 or $3 million.
Yeah, I think at this point he's gonna want to go to a winner too, like go win. You know, we've seen this. Of course,
I think he'd end up like with
Well, that's what DeAndre Hopkins
the Jets,
said too.
where
it's a good call, Bernie.
Because Brees Hall, he's coming off an injury, and if you can get him for like a year on relatively vet minimum, I don't think that's a bad option, especially as a receiving back for Rodgers now.
I question too with like, so I have Israel Abandakanda stashed. So it's like, think about it, it's like, was it Brees Hall, was Zonovan Knight, and then we get to right, and then we get to Israel Abandakanda is like kind of how the depth chart's looking.
Yeah, Bernie, something that I should mention at this point is if Drew has a player on one of his dynasty teams, he thinks they're way better than they are.
Hold on. My point is, I think Abandakanda is going to be the guy the first few weeks if Hall's not ready. Unless they get a guy like Dalvin Cook. So that's where to Bernie's point, I could totally see it as a spot. I think if Javante's not ready in Denver, I think Samaje Perine, I think Sean Payton, I bet they're going to go with him. I think he's the best bet. I think we saw how Perine was even in Cincinnati from efficiency standpoint, like a yards per carry. Well above average, I think Perine's going to be a solid option those first few weeks. If that's the case, even just being that guy to complement Javante when he's fully back. So I don't know. I'm optimistic on how these quarterbacks or running backs are returning from these injuries, but hoping you can get some good value as well. Do you guys want to go do a game here?
Sure. We'll do mine.
Okay. What do you got?
You guys are going to be picking a fantasy football team, and you're going to be trying to get the most points, and you're going to say the player and the specific year.
Oh, wow.
So if you say Travis Kelce 2021, however many points he had that year, that's how many points you're getting for that position.
I like this. Do you want me to have it up here, or you got it?
I'll write it down. It's QB,
cool.
Running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a flex.
How do they have to be active players?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see how far back my my information goes. They have to be since 2002.
Okay, that's
the
totally
season
fine.
has to be since 2002, which I figured none of you guys are going to be behind that because
I can name Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, what season?
In the 80s. Okay, Bernie, you want to go first?
Yeah, Bernie gets first pick, but you cannot reuse a player. So if someone says Travis Kelce 2021, you can't say Kelce 2019 or 2022, whatever. So
sounds good.
Can I do? Let's see. Peyton Manning in 2013. That was his. 5,000 yard season, right?
That was the one I wanted to take, Bernie.
Yeah, and just to clarify, it is full PPR. So Manning had 410.1.
Okay. Well, I guess I can wait on quarterback now. I'll take LaDainian Tomlinson, 2006. For running back.
2000. Yep, that was his big year.
Yes.
He had 483.1.
Yes.
I think that's the top running back season, but I know there are some that are close.
It's gonna be tough getting those years now, Bernie.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want to make a mistake. All of a sudden you hit an injury year.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say something and I'll say like Gronk, and it'll be like the year that he like tore his ACL or something like that. How about Rock 20
Who's that? Gronk, you said?
Robert.
Okay, it cut out.
Gronkowski from, let's do 17 to 18.
So 2017 you want?
Yeah. Yes, Bernie, that's who you want.
Well, he was the tight end 2 that year. 227 points.
Okay. I'm going to take Justin Jefferson from last season.
Jefferson had 368.6.
How many points was that, Zach?
Jefferson, 368.6.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the math at the end, so I'm just kind of keeping notes of what you guys pick.
Let's do Adrian Peterson's MVP season. I think it was 2012. Right?
So you want 2012 Adrian Peterson? I can't tell you what season it was. You want 2012?
Sure.
I believe that was his MVP season. He had 347.4.
Okay, I'm up. I
think this may be the first game Drew actually wins.
Well, I gotta think now about I'm gonna mess it up here because I'm gonna name random players for random like years. I know they had big years, but they probably aren't the best ones. They're probably terrible options. Hold on, let me just do Cooper Kupp from 2021.
That is a good choice.
I just forgot. I was gonna say a different player.
I'm surprised it took this long for one of you guys to say that. He had 439.5.
Yes. Is there a flex spot, by the way?
Yes, there is. So Drew, you need a quarterback, tight end, and flex. Bernie needs 2 receivers and a flex.
I need 2 receivers and a flex, you said?
Yep.
How about Calvin Johnson in 2011?
Calvin Johnson, 2011, 359.2.
I think I'm going to do it. Okay.
Quarterback, tight end, and flex.
Well, okay. I think I'm going to go. So Des Bryant has a big year of touchdowns. He had like 14 one year, I'm pretty sure. It was 2014, I think.
That's what you're going for?
Yes, Des Bryant.
You in 2014?
Yes.
God, this is going to be such a bad pick. He was wide receiver 4.
I didn't know what
he
the
had
touchdowns.
16 touchdowns. He had 16 touchdowns, but he's still wide receiver 4.
Well, my guess was with all those touchdowns, it might have been a good guess.
He had 316.
Yeah, there's a lot better options.
There's I believe it's the second best running back season ever. Still out there, still available.
I don't need a running back though, do I?
No, you could have taken him there, but
who do I have my? I took the Danny
Tomlinson. Yeah.
Oh, it's only one running back.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Clearly, I think Tomlinson's number 1, and there's the number 2 season still out there. So,
whoops.
Can I do?
We need a receiver
Randy
and a flex.
Moss. Can I do Randy Moss? I think he was on the Patriots in 2007.
Ah, jeez.
2007.
Yeah, I think. So we got some issues here because I was looking at that the other day, and that that number is a little off on this site.
So I win automatically, right?
Yes.
No, I just gotta calculate it.
Bernie, you didn't take Nelson. You didn't take Adams. You didn't take all your Packer friends.
That's because
The disrespect.
I should have
Donald
taken
Driver?
Jeff Janis in 2019.
Playoff Jeff Janis.
You're right. Playoff Jeff Janis.
Let's see.
1 game versus Cardinals.
Moss had 1,490 yards. He had 23 touchdowns.
He had 23 touchdowns?
Yeah.
I should have took Moss.
And how
goat.
many receptions did he had here? 98 receptions. Uh, $385.3.
Nice. Okay, I have tight end and quarterback left. I'm going to go with just Travis Kelce from last season.
Good choice. Yeah, Bernie, you got a little too cute with your Gronk pick.
I know.
316.
I was thinking about last year's Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Bernie, you should have took
I'll make up for
Jimmy Graham.
No, Martellus Bennett from his time with the Packers. But I'll make up for it for my next pick. So
Need your flex.
there's one friend who got traded last season to the 49ers who had a really good season about 4 years ago. Christian McCaffrey, 2019.
You got the year. I see how much.
That was
I think it was
the only year I remember.
470 or something. That was his best year.
Because that was
471.2.
his year before
Good
Rodgers.
job, Bernie. Okay. So the one I have that I always mess up is
I know exactly what you're going to, I think.
Well, I want to. So it's either 2015 Newton or 2011 Rodgers, and I never remember who had more points.
That's not where I
And-
thought you were going.
So I think I'm just. How much am I up by?
I think you won. I think
Okay,
as long as your
what-
quarterback has like 100
2011
points,
Rodgers.
Ryan
I think
Leaf.
Newton had more. Newton. I think
Rodgers
had
had-
more in 2015.
397.4. We'll look what Newton had. Just
Can we look what Newton had?
yeah, he had 389. So there's an 8-point difference.
Okay.
So we're gonna do some quick addition here. We're gonna start with Bernie.
Nice.
I think Gronk killed me. Let me Google something.
Bernie, never
Bernie, I think
take Gronk.
you lost by a couple hundred.
Oh, we should have said Antonio Brown.
Yeah, you should have.
Didn't Saquon have a year we probably should have said too? I'm just thinking. I never try to
Because-
guess with him
yeah.
because
You
Well, the
probably should have
injury.
said 2018. This is rookie year. Bernie had 2,200.6.
If I picked 2011 Gronk, that was the most ever by a tight end fantasy. So I knew it was Gronk. I got the year wrong by like 5 years though. So
Wow. Drew had
What?
2,320.9. Is the Dez pick. So Drew, you win by 120.3.
Des Bryant. I should have said Antonio Brown.
Yeah, you could have said you had like a 4-year stretch for AB that you could have gotten in and you would have been fine.
I would.
Or you
I
could
would
have.
cleared that.
I thought you were going Lamar for your quarterback. Lamar 20.
I would have said Lamar 19. Yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
it's
Did
like
he have more than
420 or something.
Rodgers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the best quarterback season ever, I think.
Did I trade for him? I forgot how I got him, but
Yeah.
I had him that year.
I think you swindled Alex out of him.
Yeah, I gave him Cooper Cup before he broke out.
Yeah, it is in redraft though, so
Yeah, it wasn't that cool. Okay, so I got a game. It's all ready. I mean, we should go right to this game. It's insightful.
Let's go.
Bernie would love this. Bernie, this is like you're gonna be all over this. Okay, it's coming up. You'll notice, Bernie, you need the Jeopardy music when I put games up. It takes forever.
Is it gonna be like 70s and 80s players or something like that?
No. All-time receiving yard leaders for the Packers, top 11.
Shoot.
This isn't bad.
Good thing
Zach.
I looked at this the other day.
There's some guys who I don't
I have
expect.
no idea.
There are 3 guys who I would for sure like I didn't even know on here. Like I didn't recognize the names, so that's okay.
I got about 6 guesses and I'm done.
That's fine. Bernie, you can go first.
What? He gets to go first too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's the guest. We love our guests.
Not that much.
I'll do.
What do you say?
I think I'll do Donald Driver.
Oh.
The GOAT.
Bernie, you met his kid.
I did. I am his kid, actually.
Let's go Don Hudson.
See, you knew that
Is
one.
he even on there? Okay.
Yeah, there's the Don Hudson Center, Zach.
That's because like everyone knows who he is.
Can I do?
Okay.
Is Devontae? I don't think he's second.
Number 4. If he would have stayed, he would be. Wait, if he
See,
stayed,
him, I didn't even know if he was on there. I didn't know if he was good enough for long enough.
Well, Zach, think about passing.
Zach,
like
there's some
now we're in a
bums.
passing era. You know,
Yeah.
like that's how it took him a lot less just to get on here.
What about Greg Jennings?
Number 9.
Oh, he barely
Who now
made
is
it.
like a Packer hater. Have you guys seen like the things he says?
No.
Can I
Mainly
do?
on Rodgers.
Can I do Jordy Nelson?
Ah, shoot, Desmond.
You sure
Nelson.
can.
That was like the last one I had.
Adam 15. Nelson was like goated in that one. So I made it 11 for a reason because you guys for sure know 11 was, by the way, a thing.
James Jones.
Oh, I'm
No.
11.
Nope.
Is he not on there?
He's number 14.
Oh, come on. You couldn't have stretched it to 14.
No, you wouldn't have been able to see it then because I would have to zoom out.
Antonio Freeman.
Nice.
Who the heck is
Great.
that?
What do you mean?
The GOAT.
I've never heard of that guy.
Played from, I have it up 95 to 2003, but he was with Favre.
Yeah, like I don't know anyone that played with Favre. Are any of these guys like current anymore? Like that I from
This
since
guy's
like
One guy's still
2010.
playing.
This guy's current.
Randall
Basically.
Cobb.
Yeah. That was, see, that was a
Yes.
gimme.
Yeah, now I don't know anyone else.
This guy played in the late 70s to
Sterling
80s.
Sharp.
This guy is Sterling
Sterling
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, I thought you guys would
I
know
know-
that one.
I know who that guy is. Yeah.
So, see, you guys did good so far. So, this guy played in the 60s.
Max McGee.
This guy.
Oh, come on.
Got him.
See, we put Bernie in his element. Now look at him. Bernie, you probably have cards of some of these guys too, with your sports cards.
I don't know who Max McKee
Probably.
is either. McGee, whatever. You...
Well, he may show up later in this episode. Who knows?
Oh,
Oh, come on. Why are we talking about players from the 60s and 70s?
because it's fun. Okay, Zach, you're up.
Aaron Jones. I don't know.
No,
I'm out. I'm out.
you're out.
Like, I don't even have names to say.
Was Jim Taylor on the list? I know he was a running back, but he played for a while.
No,
James Starks.
there is a James.
Michael
on this list.
Finley.
For Finley's number 19.
Oh, see, it's in top 20.
So there's a
So there's
James.
a
The
James
guy's
on this list.
James is
Do we know
number
who
2.
these
James
guys
Lofton.
are?
James Lofton, yeah.
James
Yeah,
Lofton.
he's
I've
he's
heard
famous.
of that guy.
See,
I never
Um,
would have pulled his name out though.
I honestly did not know who number 7 was before this.
He played
Full
with
disclosure.
60s, you said.
Yeah. That's with a B.
Is it Belial?
No, it's a Boyd Dowler.
Boyd is such a 60s
I don't
name.
think I got that one.
Yeah, that was the one that
Oh,
was
God, I
like,
don't know who that
this
guy
is the
is.
tough one. I think it has his position down as flanker too. I think to talk about how old it is. I think it's not even receiver. Okay. Anyways, there you go. That is how all-time receiving yard works. Bernie wins that one. Congratulations.
So, Bertie,
Okay.
what's
I
what do you got for a game?
Well, my game, the reason I knew Max McGee is because I went through a bunch of Packers history and I got some questions for you guys.
Yes,
I
trivia.
think I have 20. Yep. I have 21 questions here. Some of them are worded like, well, I mean, 21 just in case we need to get that far.
Okay.
But they're worded kind of like a Jeopardy question, some of them. But they're in depth enough for you to be able to answer them, I think. So I have 21 here.
One right.
Let's say I think I have some gimmies in there, don't worry. But I had the first person to 7 wins, but I think let's say
What's
We'll
wrong
just
with
keep
Ramal?
going and
First
whoever has the
person-
most at the end.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most at the end.
okay.
Bernie, would you want us to buzz in? Do you want us to take turns answering, steal, kind of Jeopardy-esque? Do you want us to buzz in by saying our names?
No. Let's just take turns.
Let's take turns, but you can steal. How about
Cool.
that?
All right.
Okay. Let me get my paper ready. All right. So I'll start with Drew then, because he's on my left. All right. This player,
Impact.
and the first couple of questions are gimmies. Okay, so this player had a quarterback sneak to take the lead in a famously cold game.
He doesn't know.
Yes, I do. Who is Bart Starr?
That is correct.
I
Excellent.
didn't know if it was for sure him either.
Well, I can't just say this player helped win the whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I like when
I'm
Bernie's here
blanking
though,
on it
because
now, but
we alternate with going first. So we get rid of Zach and Jared's pack. They have a pact where I can't go first ever, and now Bernie and I have that. So I enjoy this.
well, we'll see because I don't know. One person's gonna get dogged later in the rounds, but we'll see.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
You
all right,
get
Zach.
dogged.
This larger-than-life player had a pick 6 against the Bears during the Packers Super Bowl run.
Who is BJ Raji?
That is correct. Winner, chicken dinner. All right,
that was
Drew.
sick.
This should be the easiest question you'll answer all day. This player caught a Hail Mary from one of the best to do it in a harsh playoff loss.
Jeff Janis. Who is Jeff Janis?
That is correct. My goat, my one and only.
Okay.
All right, Zach.
Cupcake questions.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the next question for him is not a cupcake.
Oh,
All right.
good.
This player had a crucial forced fumble in the Packers' most recent Super Bowl appearance. As in, this player forced a fumble. The Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
Who's Clay Matthews?
That is correct.
Oh, thank
Oh
God.
wow. I was gonna say Woodson.
All right, Drew.
I had no idea. It was on the quarterback, you said, so I figured it had to be a
Yeah.
lineman.
Linebacker.
It was a safe bet. All right, Drew. This player caught the first ever Super Bowl touchdown and did so in one-handed style.
Ha! Good luck with this one.
Now, remember what I said earlier in this episode?
Oh, come on, Bernie. You can't give him the answer like that. Just handed it to him.
Who is Max McGee?
That is correct.
Oh, my. See, cupcake questions. He's getting handed the answers.
Zach, the next one, I'll make sure he gets the other one that's not a cupcake question. Because I don't think you would have gotten that one either.
That one? No, I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I would have known it because what you said earlier, like even if you wouldn't have said that, I would have guessed McKee, but.
All right. Matt Hasselbeck said he was going to take the ball and score, but little did he know this player from the Packers was going to be the one to do it.
Charles Woodson.
Oh, right position, though.
2004.
True. Chance to steal.
It was the 04 playoff Seahawks Packer wild card. It was a corner.
I don't know who those, I don't know.
Bernie, I want to think. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Leroy Butler, but that's what I'll say. Who is Leroy Butler?
No. It was Al Harris.
I wouldn't have gotten
Who's
that.
Al Harris?
A corner.
This
on
sounds
the
like
Packers.
the owner.
2004.
It sounds like some guy that owns a football team.
Well,
Or something like
he
front
owned the
office
Seahawks
GM
that
or
day,
something.
so.
He owned the Seahawks.
All right. So remember, this doesn't have to be Packers players. This is just anything related to Packers. Okay. This player caught it, or did he?
Whose question is that? Is that mine?
It's yours, Zach.
Drew's.
No. I got that. Or wait,
No.
is it mine?
Nope,
Yeah,
it's
you try
mine.
to steal, but this is Drew's. I think
Oh,
you
it is
want Drew
mine.
to answer.
Who's Des Bryant?
Cupcake.
That is
question.
correct.
See,
Yeah,
cupcake
I
question.
said Des.
See,
All
This is why I like
Zach,
Jared here. He gives me advantages in games.
Don't worry. This next one's a cupcake question, too. This player leads all Packers in receiving yards for their career with the Pack.
Who is Don Hudson? No, that wasn't even him, was it?
No, that is wrong.
Who's Donald Driver?
my-
We just talked
That is
about this
correct.
10 minutes ago.
I'm stupid. He was
All right.
second, right?
Drew's
No, he was 5.
Don Hudson was like 6.
Adams is ahead of him.
Yeah.
Actually? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gee. I don't like this game.
All right. Okay. With one of, if not the greatest performance by a great Packers quarterback, this player set the single-game passing yards and touchdowns record for the Packers versus the Lions. This is for Drew.
Wait, can you repeat the question again? You cut out a little for me.
With one of, if not the greatest performance by a great Packers quarterback, this player set the single-game passing yards and touchdowns record for the Packers versus the Lions.
Wasn't this Matt Flynn? Who is Matt Flynn?
That is correct. Drew's on a hot streak.
Yeah, then he went to Seattle
All
for
right,
a boatload
Zach.
of money.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Zach. This one. Now we're gonna get into some tricky ones now. Okay. This starts like the
God,
tricky part of
jeez.
this test. All right. Now listen closely here. This MVP never played a game for the Packers, and he was an underdog. I'll give you a hint. There was a movie made about him.
Steve Young?
I'll ask it again.
I don't
What do you
know.
think, Sloan?
Wait, what's the significance with him
Before
with
you-
the Packers?
So,
Yeah.
I'll let you guess again, Zach. I was going to repeat
Yeah.
the question. Okay. This MVP and underdog never played a game for the Packers, but he was on the Packers
Oh,
at some point.
I don't know the name. I think I get your question. I think I get how we're supposed to get it, but I don't know the name.
Okay. Drew?
So we're looking for a player who probably coached the Packers, right?
No, not a coach.
no.
This was an actual player.
Who's Reggie White? He played for the Packers. It's not him. I don't know.
No, this is Kurt Warner.
Yeah, because he's from the movie Underdog, right? He was in that movie.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
what did he do with the Packers?
Yeah, what did he do with
Out of college, he was on their practice squad. He was on their
Oh.
practice squad, and then he got cut.
Yeah.
So I think this is Drew's turn now. All right. This player is third in all-time scoring as a Packer, even though he isn't primarily a kicker. So this is total scoring, not touchdowns. This is scoring. And he's not a kicker.
Okay. Who's Aaron Rodgers?
I'll say no. So quarterbacks, like, they don't count towards the points because they pass from they didn't receive.
So we're not counting the. Okay.
So they.
I think that counts as his guess.
But
That's fine. That can count as my guess.
okay.
Who's Amon Green?
This person has been brought up. No. This is Don Hudson. Don Hudson has like 99 receiving touchdowns, then he has like 11 or 21 rushing touchdowns or something like that. So
All right.
he kicked a little bit back in the day too, so he had some kicking points. All right, Zach, here's another tough one. Outside of the Packers' big three quarterbacks, this is the fourth best quarterback in Packers history, statistically at least.
Are you taking into account like touchdown to interception ratio?
This is like statistics. This guy has like the fourth all-time passing yards, touchdowns.
Okay,
stuff
so
like that.
okay.
So like, it's like Matt Flynn would not be on this list because he played like
The quarterback who played in the guy in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who the guy in the 80s is though.
I know. I don't either.
I feel like I'm gonna know his
this
name
is
once
Lynn
he says
Dickey.
it, but yeah, I've heard of him.
Lynn Dickey.
Yeah.
There used to be a saying, "You can beat our pack." I won't say this actually. I don't think it'd be good for the show.
Yeah.
I'll say it after we're done recording. All right, Drew.
We get where that was going though.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Drew. You might be able to get this one if you paid attention to Packers special teams over the last couple of years. This punter has the most punts inside the 20, as well as the best punt average.
I can't even name the Packers punter right now.
Well, part of me wants
His first
to
name
say.
starts with the T.
Oh, I think I got it. Wait, never mind. That's not his name.
Oh, you're saying the guy who we're guessing starts with a T?
Yes, first name starts with the T.
Because I was going to
Last
say
name
J.K.
starts with
Scott.
the M.
Oh, that's who I was thinking. I was thinking Travis Scott though, and I was like, that's not right.
Zack, that's a rapper.
Yeah, I know. That's like, that can't be right.
Oh, it was the punter in 2010s, was it not?
It was.
What's his name?
Zach, any guesses, or are you stumped too?
Travis Scott is my
This
guess.
is Tim Mastay.
Oh, yeah. Tim Mastay.
You said recent years. I was thinking
Zach,
like the last 4 or 5 years.
None of them have played enough games, I don't think, to qualify. So,
Yeah.
all right, Zach, here's another special teams question for you. This kicker has the best field goal percent in Packers history.
It's got to be Mason Crosby.
It is not Mason Crosby. I'll give you the stats on this too.
That's the only
Drew?
kicker I know.
Oh, Bernie said Don Hudson kicked a little.
It's not him. Don't guess him.
Who is Don Hudson?
Nope. This is Ryan Longwell.
Oh, Longwell. He was the guy in the 90s.
Yep. Ryan Longwell has a career kicking percentage of 81.6. Crosby has 81.4.
Wow.
So
Nice one, Zach.
it's close. All right. Drew. Right, this is your turn now?
Yep.
Or no, this is Zach's turn.
Nope.
Okay. Huh?
It's my turn.
So, all right, Drew. This player leads the Packers in career pick sixes.
Charles Woodson. Who is Charles Woodson?
Correct.
Cupcake questions.
Aww.
All right. The rest of these,
We're not going
the
to
rest of
get.
these are pretty tough. So,
All right, extra hard.
Zach said the rest of these are pretty tough. Yeah. All right, Zach. So, sandwiched between Clay Matthews and Reggie White for second in career Packers sacks.
It's going to be a guy from like the 70s, isn't it? 70s, 80s, something like that.
It's like 90s, 80s, 90s, but it's a very obscure name. Drew?
DJ Raji.
I was gonna say like Ray Nitschke,
No.
but then you said
No,
90s, and then that I can't say that now because it's not. I don't know.
Want me to tell you guys?
Yeah,
Just
enlighten
don't.
us.
Yes.
Okay. This is Kabir Baha Biamia.
I've never heard of that guy.
Wow.
Well,
See,
that's why it's one of the tough ones.
We got to go to the Packers Hall of Fame, Zach. We gotta get. Up
I
to
know
speed on
nothing
some of these
about the
guys.
Packers before like 2010.
Well, yeah, we should go to the Hall of Fame. Bernie, have you been to the new Hall of Fame since it's gotten redone?
I have. It's beautiful. It's
Okay, I
enlightening.
need to go. I have not.
All right, Drew. Let's see if we can get this one. I mentioned this guy's name earlier on your game, so we'll see. Aaron Jones has a lot of yards to run for before he passes up this next Packer in line for the all-time rushing list. This does not mean he's passing up the number one guy. He's passing up the next guy that's ahead of him.
I don't remember the name you said.
I
I remember you saying the name though. Was it James something?
Well, I'd say that this first name is a nickname for James.
Jimmy.
Well, once your guess comes around, you might be able to.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm trying to help out Drew here.
I don't know. Because now
Jim,
you
Jim
say
is
it.
the correct first name. Jim is the correct first name.
Jim.
I was gonna say James Lofton, like Zach, but I didn't think that worked either.
No, he's a
Who's the
receiver.
guy's name?
Jim Taylor.
Oh,
All right, Zach.
Taylor
How
or
about this?
Taylor?
Taylor.
Okay.
How about this, Zach? Who's the number one all time on the Packers rushing list?
Ahmad Green.
Hey, now you're at 3 points. I'm so
Let's
proud of you.
go.
I made that one.
I always
up
thought
flat
I could
because
get here.
felt bad. All right, Drew. The Bulk, that's his nickname, was drafted the pick ahead of Barry Sanders. Also, he was a
Bulk?
bust. Yep, that was his nickname. He is the biggest bust in Packers history.
oh, well, thank you for
Oh.
enlightening us. I
I
don't
know
know.
this one.
Go for it.
Ryan Leaf.
Was Ryan
No.
Leaf drafted by the Packers?
I don't know. Was he?
No, Ryan
He
Leaf
was a
wasn't drafted
giant
by the
bust.
Packers.
They took a quarterback
This is-
though, right?
No.
Oh.
It was, I can't remember who was drafted first, but it was the first pick, and then the Packers had the second, and they picked Tony Mandarich. He was the offensive lineman.
Ah.
I knew
Third
I
was-
knew he was a lineman, but because you said the bulk, obviously, so it was interior, offense or defense. But I
Wasn't
remember being
Ryan
a
Leaf
lineman.
like 6'6" or something though? Wasn't he huge? I thought he was really
He was
big.
bigger.
Yeah.
But I think he was drafted like 2000. So,
Yeah.
or 99, whatever. All right, Zach. So, this player that I'm about to say was brought up a lot today. This player qualified for the 1996 Olympic field trials with a high jump of 7 foot 6.5 inches.
The McKee guy.
1996 this is.
I
I'll
don't
give
know
you
what
one
the
more
guy
try.
played. I don't remember.
This guy was brought up a lot today. You may have already guessed him in this game.
Ahmad Green.
Incorrect.
Don Hudson.
Who is Sterling Sharp?
No, this is Donald Driver.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think like. I guess that'd probably be that's probably good. Yeah, it was Sharp or Driver would have been a guess.
Because
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp was at the end of his career around 1996 because of injuries,
Oh,
like neck injuries.
how many questions do we got left?
We only have like 4 or 3 questions
3
left.
left. Okay.
All right, Zach. This one should be this actually should be the easiest question of the day. Don't overthink it, okay? Maybe.
Who's Aaron Rodgers?
Nope. Look at your screen when answering this question. Name one of the Packers' bosses.
One of their bosses?
Yes, this. You're looking the answer right in the eyes right now, Zach.
Like a GM or what?
One of their bosses, not a GM.
I know.
One of their bosses.
I know.
Bart Starr.
Okay.
Who is Vince Lombardi? Behind me.
Shit.
Right behind me. Look.
Yeah, I knew I recognized that guy. I couldn't think of the name though.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how bad my history knowledge is.
All right, how about this? Name one that's living right now. Drew, this should be way too easy for you. A boss. What happens if you're a boss? You own something, right? All right, Zach, try again.
Vince Lombardi.
No, Aaron Rodgers. He
dead.
owns the Bears.
Oh.
He has the majority.
Well, he's not
stake
the
in
Packers
team.
boss. He's not even on the Packers anymore.
Drew, point at the screen real quick. Go on, just
Why?
raise your hand up and point at the screen.
No.
Just do it. Do it.
No.
Are you gonna say
No.
you, Bernie?
No. Drew, come on, just do it.
Mm-mm.
Raise your hand up.
Mm-mm.
Okay. How about
Nope.
that? Point at yourself.
Can't do it. Nope, can't do that either.
How about this? Drew is owns stake in the Packers. So would that not make Drew one of the Packers bosses?
See, I get it.
No, because
Packer
he's
shareholder.
absolutely no, because he has no say in anything that happens with the Packers.
I can vote.
Yeah, your vote
He shows up
means
to the shareholders
nothing.
meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go to
if
a
you say
shareholder
something,
meeting.
they'd be like, "Who are you?"
Bernie, wait, did you high five to Brian Gutekunst? I know my dad did.
No, I did not.
My dad and
I did not
Derek
know.
did.
I did not.
They got to high five the goat, Brian Goody.
But yeah, so I guess I'll give you both a point for that because you both did such a fine job.
We're so cooperative.
I'm just giving you pity points at this
Nope.
point.
All right, so this is for Drew now. Who did the first Lambeau leap?
Leroy Butler. Who is Leroy Butler? DQ legend.
Correct.
Came into the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, with two people that knew nothing about football. Oh no, Alex was there, right?
No, it was Jordan
No.
and Lisa, I believe.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's the last question for the game. So this is to get Drew to 10 points or get Zach to 5 points. So I'll make it worth.
Can this count as 6 points?
Yes, because
Okay, cool.
there's a very slim chance you get this correct. So for 6 points, this person, he did what? Exclamation point, question mark. This is considered a juggle catch to beat the Vikings. We'll
Are
let
you
Drew
looking for the
answer
player
first. Yep.
Can we get a time frame here?
This is in the 90s. This is a pass from Brett Favre to this player. It was tipped. Player landed on his
Sterling
back.
Sharp.
No, that is one of 2 players. That'll be a very great guess. I commend you. So,
Oh,
Zach,
who
this is a player. This is a player that has been brought up today already. He's like 6th or whatever on the all-time receiving list, or 7th, whatever.
He's 8th. I know who it is now.
Or no.
Oh, it's the guy. It's the
I think he's 3rd all-time.
Oh. No, Sharp is 3rd all time, Bernie.
Maybe he's Oh, we'll see. It starts with an A.
I know.
The last name or first name starts with an A.
First name starts with an A. Last name starts with an F.
Don Hudson.
Antonio Freeman.
Incorrect.
Oh,
That is
I
correct,
had to
Drew.
do it. I did. You know,
the guy that I have no idea who he is.
Freeman and Sharp.
Zack, I don't think you knew who like 80% of the players were today. That was
Oh, I did.
Oh wow. Pretty just.
My knowledge, my Packer knowledge goes back to about 2010, and my just NFL knowledge goes back to about 2015, and that's it. It just cuts off.
and that's okay. I'm here to help educate the people.
Bernie's the Packer historian. Bring him in. Well, Bernie, thank you for the trivia. That was a lot of fun. It's good. We threw some Packers in there. Well, Jared's not here. We had to take advantage of being able to have some Packer stuff in here, because otherwise it's all Colts.
I would have had to say, like, who won the game in 1994 against the Colts and the Packers?
Yeah, no, it's just Colts. So like the grids all have to include Colt players, or like a Colts column or row. But that's how it is. You guys got anything else here?
Grid of all defensive guys.
Yeah, that's Zach's favorite.
Did today.
Do that. Bring that next week for Jared and I. Hey, I know some defensive guys. I struggle with 2017. Like, you know, if you ask me a specific
defensive guys.
I do.
Whenever it's a defensive guy, you and Jared just both sit there like,
Well, I put Jalen Ramsey in there.
Guy.
I know Jalen Ramsey. I got Bradley Chubb last week.
That was a deep one.
You know, yes, we do think fantasy football first. Because, you just know the guys. It just helps with that. But you guys got anything else here before we wrap it up?
I think that Zach should study some of the Kabar Biamia highlight reel on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we need to pull that up.
Kabar
It'll be great.
Yeah. I don't even know how to say his name. What's his name
walk
again?
us through the last name.
I got you. Here, let me pull it up real quick. So his first name is, I can find it real quick, Kabeer. Last name is Gbaja hyphen Biamila.
Okay.
A true tongue twister.
Wow. Thank you. Insightful. As always. All right. So be sure again at your sports crew, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at J2M Football on TikTok as well. That's going to wrap it up here for Zach Roush, Bernie Vandenheuvel, and myself, Drew Skyberg, here on this Wednesday. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Drew Sports Crew, the Journey to Million, the perfect podcast for you. Thank you, Bernie, for some Packers history.